What do you do when there's a crisis in the world and no one knows about it? Human trafficking is basically exploiting somebody for labor, services, or sex. In that way, a lot of the people in the field today describe human trafficking as a modern form of slavery. Human traffickers use social media more than any other platform to make human trafficking attempts, and we know the online reports are going through the roof. I think companies like Meta, the conglomerate that owns Facebook and Instagram, are doing a good job of starting the conversation around human trafficking, but I think there are ways we can push that a little further. For instance, we can make sure that the private user, if they want to be private, stays private. And we can also come up with some more comprehensive flagging procedures so that users who come in contact with potential threats know that they have a history of doing things that are problematic. I would argue that Generation Z is actually most vulnerable for human trafficking. These are people from ages 9 to 24 because they're coming from the stressful situations from school and dysfunctional families and homes, but they're also still figuring themselves out and maturing. We are of the most activist generation we've ever seen, and we can make a loud noise on social media, and I think we should. But I think it would be so much more powerful if our friends just talked about human trafficking like we talk about alcohol abuse, drug abuse, and suicide ideation, looking out for our friends and making human trafficking a part of the conversation. That, I think, is a really localized and communal way of dealing with this issue on the ground. I think that would make survivors and victims feel less invisible, embarrassed, and ashamed and afraid, and make them feel more empowered to raise their voice about what they went through. And my hope is that my conversation can be the catalyst for other conversations, and conversations all around the world, looking out for friends and looking out for family, making sure that we're aware that this thing is really happening all around us.